Next stoppage of play will head into immediate timeout as 5:49 left to go in the quarter. 58-39, the advantage for the Pirates. As Clay calls the offense, gets a screen from Peoples, who drive in left, picks up her dribble at the free throw line, quicks it over to Hoppy. Hoppy getting quickly doubled and now has to dish it back down to Peoples. Peoples guarded by Bembry, and she has a right block. 7 seconds on the shot clock as Nolan has it, gets it to Hoppy. 5 left, 4 as Hoppy pulls up. Mid-range jumper, that one off. Desiree Elmer gets it for the Pirates, and they'll push it left to right into the front court, far sideline. Amari Wright, she'll dribble over left and now clearing out, waiting for the offense to be called, looking back at her sideline. Gets it over more towards the mid-line. Now she'll dribble over to the right side between the circles, swings it over to Elmore, right wing. Elmore looking at Espinoza Hunter, gets a switch, and Amari Wright gets the ball, though. Maya Bembry, 7 seconds on the shot clock, picks up her dribble, gets it to Amari Wright. Her left wing three, bang! 61-39, the biggest advantage for the Pirates. 30 seconds left, 4th and short. This one, I'm not going to say it's going to be the game, but it could ruin the momentum that Columbia has. Jet action over towards the right side, and there will be a quarterback sneak. That guy, Arrington, is able to get through. He breaks it. The 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Kai Arrington for the Columbia Cougars. Again, a quarterback sneak that goes 50, 60 yards actually for a touchdown, and it will be 26-13. Extra point pending for the Cougars. Northeast as Tyler Scheller McAvoy takes a healthy hack at that one over towards left field, and that one is gone. Tyler Scheller McAvoy, how do you do? As the Seton Hall Pirates extend their lead here in the bottom of the 5th. 4-1. Tyler Scheller McAvoy, a solo home run as he meets Matt Tote. They tap helmets, and McAvoy, Scheller McAvoy that is hyped up going back to his dugout. Seton Hall once again leading 4-1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
And the Hoyas have possession of it once again. Derek Dotson with it. He finds Jacob Montez, and Montez will clear it back over to Linares. Linares near side. Attacking here on this fast break. That kick on the way. Nota off his hands, and it will be a goal. Derek Dotson able to play cleanup duty here for the Hoyas, taking advantage of the ball ricocheting off of Nota, and the Hoyas with a 1-0 lead here in the 73rd minute of this matchup.
Tying run at second with Seton Hall down 2-1. You have your go-ahead run at first. Tyler Scheller McAvoy gets a hit. That one, a couple bounces and lines over foul. So the count remains 0-2, extending this at-bat a little bit for the preseason co-player of the year in the conference. Again, a new pitcher on the mound for the Pride as John Mikulich is trying to close out this game for Hofstra and start off their season with a win in this game 1 of a doubleheader. Tyler Scheller McAvoy hits that one back over towards center, and unable to corral it is Rosso, and trying to round out to the home base. Stay safe, and Seton Hall will tie up the ball game 2 apiece as rounding out the bases, Jace Bakui using his speed to his advantage, outrunning the throw to home, and it is all knotted up at 2 apiece here. It was another error by the Hofstra Pride, an E4 this time around, as Rosso unable to corral the hit. And now you have your walk-off run at second base. The first pitch, that one fouled back as Matt Tokes on the mound. Again, only 1 out for Seton Hall, so you have Matt Toke and you have Casey Dana being able to bat for Seton Hall. Seton Hall, 2 players, unanimous selections to the all-biggest team as Matt Holt rips that one over to center field. Getting under it, though, is D'Onofrio, and trying to run to third, and gets to third is Jerry Huntsinger. So, Seton Hall with a tie ball game right now. Matt Toke flies out to center, but does advance a runner to third.
So your go-ahead walk-off run is now standing 90 feet away from the play, and Casey Dana will be potentially the final at-bat here for the Pirates. If he gets a hit, the runners advance. First pitch, that one fouled, tipped. So it would be a strike called on the first pitch. If Casey Dana gets a hit here, it would be a walk-off for the Pirates as Jerry Huntsinger, again, 90 feet away. If Casey Dana gets out, we play some extra baseball here because this game only supposed to be 7 innings. That one rips foul right now, and the count moves 0-2. Hofstra Pride with 2 runs across in that first inning. Since then, unable to get anything, and Seton Hall chipped at it. Got 1 run across in the 6th, 1 run across in the 7th. That pitch, that one gets past Bregman, and with that, Seton Hall will walk off. Jerry Huntsinger rounds out the bases as the pitch gets past Brugman, and Seton Hall down for a majority of this game, but gets 2 runs across in the 7th, and they will walk off in the first game of a doubleheader. I mean, oh my goodness, an improbable way here for Hofstra Pride to lose this matchup to start off the doubleheader. They were out swinging in that first inning, gets 2 runs across, but Seton Hall having a lot of fight in them, gets 1 run across in the 6th, and gets the run and 2 runs across in the 7th. Catherine Turner doing the kick attempt there. As St. John's able to get to it, as Kajan will be running towards that ball, trying to see if she can break something here. We'll crossover left through the defenders, sprint that one back right, and gets the goal, the equalizer here. As reigning Big East Offensive Player of the Year, 2020 Big East preseason Offensive Player of the Year, showing why she got those accolades there, and is able to get the equalizer by herself, splitting through 3 Seton Hall defenders. And after a scoreless first half, both teams able to get 1 goal across in the first 15 minutes of the second half, and it is 1-1 now here at O&T Carroll Field. And that one by Kajan, I mean, that was a beautiful finesse, looking like she was going to kick it left, but just curving that ball back right. And now Seton Hall will work with it on their offensive side. The crosser attempt on the way, and being able to find it is Welch. Welch will cross over once again, but that ball will trail. It will be a corner kick here for Seton Hall far side, as Laura Hooper will be attempting the corner kick here for the Pirates with 31 minutes exactly left to go in the second half. Kick is on the way. That one will find the hands of Lipkins, as we saw in a lot of corner kick attempts. Lipkins will just do it on her own, not allowing anything to be played off of any player. She will just jump up and grab it on her own, as now the Red Storm will be working it with it the other way. They have it far side. On the split of the defense is the Red Storm, as Hornsey will have it. A potential substitution waiting for the Red Storm, as entry pass is on the way. It'll be kicked up, and the Red Storm potentially still with possession. The kick is on the way, as that one, and back-to-back goals for the Red Storm. Jessica Garziano, third in the Big East in goals, gets one there. And whatever adjustments Ian Stone in his 27th season at the Red Storm made, it is working, as now the Red Storm, they have advantage 2-1. As the score of 30-18 left to go in the second half, and the substitution being made here for the Red Storm, as checking in starter Emily Purtell comes in. As we saw Seton Hall score in the 51st minute, but back-to-back minutes, the Red Storm is able to score in the 58th and 59th by their two top players, Zasani Kajan and Jessica Garziano. And now the Red Storm are able to take a lead after an early 1-0 lead by the Pirates. Pirates will have possession with it. Far side, though, on a throw-in here. As that throw-in online, Seton Hall potentially working with it here. But they just lose it on the dribbling attempt. And now the Red Storm will try to see if they can threaten the other way. As the pass is online, and it will be Michelle Money, after trailing, was able to get the pass. She will kick it up, as Kajan will work with it. A couple of hesitation dribbles, hesitation moves. She will spin around against the center fine. She'll try to kick it on the way. That one kicked cleared by the Pirates, but Money is able to get under it as she will cross right, cross left, and does not win that matchup, as it will be a throw-in for the St. John's Red Storm. Emily Ariano, again, playing great defense. That's the second time we really saw that one-on-one isolation between Michelle Money and Emily Ariano. And we see Ariano just taking advantage of that matchup on the defensive side. But the Red Storm, they still have possession with it, as that pass trails out of bounds, and it'll be a goalkeeper kick here, as we see a substitution coming in for Seton Hall. As Emily Kaza, the senior defense player out of Thornhill, Ontario, checks in. Goalkeeper kick on the way. And that one finds the center circle, but finds the foot of St. John's, as they will push the pace over towards their side. Kajan working with it. She kicks that one off of Seton Hall, and I believe that will be a corner kick on the way for the Red Storm. On the far side, as jogging back to attempt this corner kick, Jessica Garzano. And Seton Hall had a lead for all of 7 minutes and 2 seconds. It's in the 51st minute. Naomi Welch was able to get one across, as that corner kick on the way, headed back and clear it out by the Pirates. Running for the ball is the Red Storm, as they're able to get possession of that ball, and working with it now near side is Ava Collins. Collins will clear it over towards the center of the field, however kicked up by the Pirates. And the Red Storm still able to get under it on that pass attempt, as they will work with it here. A collision, a foul called on, I believe that might be called on Collins. It was called on Ava Collins, the foul. And now Seton Hall will be attempting the free kick here. Again, Seton Hall had a lead for all of 7 minutes and 2 seconds, as Naomi Welch was able to get a goal by Emily Ariano on the assist. But after that, Kajan was able to get a goal. Garziano was able to get a goal, and the Red Storm worked their way into a lead, as they now lead 2-1. However, Seton Hall threatening the corner kick. The header is on the way. A potential opportunity here for Hooper, as the crosser attempt does work. And we are getting beautiful action here at O&T Carroll Field. Laura Hooper gets the equalizer for Seton Hall, and it is 2-2 here with 26:39 left to go in the second half. And the Let's Blow Pirates chats start up once again here at O&T Carroll Field. Again, this was a scoreless game at halftime, but since then, a goal in the 51st minute, 58th, 59th, and now in the 63rd minute. And boy, oh boy, we thank you for tuning in to the Pirate Sports Network, presented by RWJ Barnabas Health, for live coverage of this matchup. Once again, I'm Wilnir Lewis here on this broadcast, as it is all knotted up between the New York and the New Jersey teams out of the Big East. As
Seton Hall in a little bit of a full court press. Justin Moore with it in the backcourt, guarded by Shavar Reynolds. However, able to cross the timeline. Justin Moore with it, but able to steal it, though, is Shavar Reynolds. And now pushing the pace is Shavar Reynolds. Finds Roden, who finds Mamukalichvili. His three-pointer. That one a little too short off the right side of the rim, rebounded Villanova. Justin Moore with it, and he will clear it out for the Wildcats. 20 seconds on the shot clock is Colin Gillespie with possession of it, gets it over to Justin Moore on his right side. Moore with it at the center, and his pull-up jumper, that one through the face of Mamukelashvili, 62-47.
Tough shot to take right there if you're Seton Hall. Great shot if you're a Villanova fan, but down low, the Pirates have to capitalize off of turnovers. You need to be able to capitalize off of turnovers because who knows if Villanova's going to have another one throughout the rest of this game.
15-point deficit for the Pirates as Roden pulls up at the left elbow and misses it, and it'll be a battle down low, and off of a Villanova player, Seton Hall will retain possession.
Well, that was a good break, but what I'm wondering right now, if you're Jared Roden, why are you trying to take that shot? You have someone all up in your face. I know that the Pirates are involved in a shootout now with the Wildcats, but why force something when you have other options open around you?
7 minutes exactly on the floor is Swider, Moore, Samuels, Daniels, and Slater. So now Colin Gillespie on the bench getting a little bit of a break with Seton Hall down by 15. Pirates with possession of it, and then Shavar Reynolds crossing over, driving in, pump fakes, layup that one in.
No Gillespie, no Robinson Earl. Now is the time to strike if you're Seton Hall.
Have to get a little bit something down by 13. Villanova with it, Daniels with it in the backcourt for the Wildcats, guarded heavily by Kale. Kale got his caught reaching in the cookie jar, so he'll be tagged with the foul. Seton Hall's 6th personal foul of the half.
Yeah, and I mean, that just comes with the territory, I guess, as Gillespie's getting ready to step right back into this ball game, but you need to start pressing at some point.
Will be Colin Gillespie checking in for Jermaine Samuels, and Gillespie with possession of the ball, crossing the timeline, met by Shavar Reynolds. 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Villanova up 62-49 as Gillespie almost lost his dribble. However, still is able to retain it, and he'll passes it back to Slater. Slater with it finds a cutting Villanova player. However, that one's stolen away by Tyrese Samuel. And now Seton Hall with possession of it. It is Shavar Reynolds with it. Reynolds will swing it over to his right side, right wing now. It's Kale. Kale picks up his dribble, finds Roden. Roden wide open three-pointer, and that one counted.
And that's the shots you want Jared Roden taking rather than the contested J at the free throw line extended.
Back to a 10-point deficit for the Pirates. 62-52, 5:48 left to go in the regulation. Colin Gillespie will take it up, but Roden gets tacked on for a foul. That will be his 3rd, Seton Hall's 6th. And again, Columbia won the toss at the start of the game and deferred in the second half, so they will get the ball to start the second half, so he can score here, milk out the clock. You're in position as that will be a bubble over towards the right sideline, and able to get a gain of about 6 on the bubble screen to the receiver. That was Michael Caines on the reception. It'll be 2nd and short on the 43-yard line.
They came out in what looked to be a trips formation to the right. Michael Caines gets the quick wide receiver screen like you pointed out, and he's definitely, it's him and Kai Arrington and Steve Henry. When we're looking at Columbia offensive players, he's dynamic, he's agile, he's shifty, and they're trying to put the ball in one of their best players' hands and see what he can do in open space.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left, 2 running backs in the backfield for Columbia on this 2nd and 4 attempt. The snap, that one belt high, able to get to the running back, bases a tackle, and able to get across the first down marker and churn for some more. It's a Columbia offense, so 3.5 down 20-0, but able to get something going, getting that first down.
We just called his name, Steve Henry, definitely the lead back in this Columbia committee. He's always falling forward. He's always rushing hard. He had 10 carries for 157 and a touchdown against Orange a couple weeks ago. I mean, when we're talking Columbia running backs, it starts with Steve Henry.
Steve Henry, the leading rusher on this Columbia team, 372 yards, 4 touchdowns coming into this game. Stats courtesy of NJ.com. The snap, belt high, a quick pass, but just too far ahead of Jaquil St. Cyr. And again, if he was able to get that reception, probably could have broke for 6, but the pass just a little too far of St. Cyr running the slant, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Not only defensive back there playing way off of St. Cyr, and Kai Arrington tried to get it to St. Cyr on a quick slant, but I guess the ball slipped, on the throws, a little off, not accurate, and unfortunately, a chance to capitalize on the Columbia defense or the Nutley defensive backs' weak coverage. Incomplete, and now they've got to start all over almost.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It seems like Nutley might be in man defense. As a snap, that one belt high, and it will be handed off. That one able to get met right at the line of scrimmage. Probably a gain of about 1 yard, and it will be 3rd and 9 on their next offensive snap.
This Nutley defense is getting hats to the ball. I mean, as soon as Steve Henry got the handoff there, this Nutley defense is converging. We're talking linebackers, their defensive line. They are swarming the running back any chance possible. It looks like that missed completion to St. Cyr might backfire on Columbia.
Kai Arrington coming from the sideline after getting the call from his head coach. Goes into the huddle, calls the offensive play, and each player gets into their respective positions. Their positions, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 2 running backs in the backfield. Kai Arrington awaiting the snap. Gets information. Gets a snap from the center. That one belt high. Fakes the snap, and it will be a draw. No, he actually does get the pass off, but short from the sticks. A little bit of a hitch route to Michael Caines, but again, short of the sticks, so it will be 4th and about 2, maybe 3 on their next snap.
I would have liked to see Kai Arrington stay in the pocket there. He slid up in the pocket once he felt the pressure coming, from his blind side, and it looked like he was going to take off, but instead of taking off, he tried to fire a throw on the run, and it was behind the receiver, and they had to fall as a result, and now they're coming out in 4th down.
1:40 left in the first half. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 running back in the backfield, and it will just be a quarterback draw, and gets met, fumbles the ball, and it will be Nutley's possession. Doesn't matter because he did get met before the first down marker. So again, excellent field position starting on the opposite side of midfield. Only moved the ball about 10 to 15 yards and couldn't get anything going. So with 1:25 left to go, Nutley will have possession up already 20-0. And I'm Wilnir Lewis here on this broadcast between the Seton Hall Pirates and the Fordham Rams. Seton Hall 6-11 overall. Fordham Rams 11-5 overall. These two teams playing in the series as the Pirates were able to take the first matchup as that pitch swung on and missed. So the count now 1-2 for Alex Clyde. The Pirates took the first matchup in the Bronx just a little over 24 hours ago, 4-3, as the Fordham Rams could not complete their comeback in the bottom of the ninth of that matchup. And in this matchup today, the Pirates leading 5-4. 1-2, delivery on the way. Hits the turf, loses that one to Simo. But the runners will stay put at first, second, and third. So the count now 2-2. As the sun slowly but surely setting here in South Orange, New Jersey. As it's not having the same warming effect that it had just a couple of minutes ago. The wind still playing a little bit of a play here. As we see the flags, the Seton Hall Pirate flag, the American flag, and the Big East flag blowing in the breeze. One long strand of a gray cloud, but nothing too crazy as the 2-2 on the way. That one hits over towards left center field, and that one will just land safe between Gracierio and Kula. So 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Potentially still running as stay safe is Alex Clyde. So the triple will send home 3, and he stays safe at third. As the Pirates now lead 8-4 here in the bottom of the 7th with only 1 out. And a beautiful hit ball there by Alex Clyde just over towards the right side of left fielder Jay Garcia. And he can't believe that one as he had to squat and think about that one. And the throw back to third isn't on time. As the triple to left center sends home Grober, Hack, and Gale. And the Pirates needed that one to answer the 3-run inning that the Rams had just a couple of outs to go. Jonathan Luter, the 9th hitter of the lineup, will be
at the plate. A runner will still be in scoring position for the Pirates, as Alex Clyde will just be standing at third right now, 90 feet away for Looters. This umpire calls the time here. And Alex Henderson at the mound for the Fordham Rams. The third pitcher used by the team out of the Bronx. The Pirates leading 8-4. At the first pitch, that one finds its way low for a ball. Yeah, we see the Pirates were able to score a run in every inning outside of the fourth. So they got one in the first, second, third, the fifth, and in the sixth. That pitch that hits Looters. So now Looters will advance to first. And now the Pirates will go to the top of their lineup here with only one out, runners on the corners for Jerry Huntsinger. Pirates scored one run in the first, second, third, fifth, and the sixth, but exploded here in the seventh for 3 runs by a 3-run triple by the second baseman, Alex Clyde, who is standing at third. Jonathan Looters standing at first after being hit by a pitch, and top of the lineup now as Jerry Huntsinger attempts to lay down a bunt, but the ball sails its way low for a ball, so now the count 1-0. Jerry Huntsinger was able to get a single to start off this matchup, but since then hasn't been able to get anything going. So a 1-for-4 afternoon for Huntsinger as a throwback to first. Having to slide back as Looters. Just count 1-0 here in the bottom of the seventh. Henderson, the pitcher, looks back at first, but he winds up and delivers. That pitch stays inside for a ball. Unfavorable for the umpire there, so the count 2-0 with runners on the corners for the Seton Hall Pirates. See the fans here saying Jerry Huntsinger is made for this, as that ball stays outside. A good eye there as the count 3 balls, no strikes. Temperatures here in the South Florida dropping to 45 degrees after we saw a high of 57 earlier. Should be dropping to 28. That's a 3-0 on the way. That one hits over towards left field, and that one just goes foul as it went over the fence, but just didn't time that one. Was a couple milliseconds off on his swing as it had the power. It just did not have the location as it went left of the left foul pole. So Huntsinger will work his way back into the right batter's box with a 3-1 count now. As it winds up, delivers, and it curves its way just in the zone for a strike. So after a 3-0 count, a foul ball by Huntsinger and a strike by Henderson works the count full at 3-2 with Zach Sylvester up to bat once again. 3-2 on the way. That one hit over towards left field, and it will drop right in front of Garcerio, and a run will come across for Jerry Huntsinger, and the bleeding is still going on for the Fordham Rams, as now the Pirates lead 9-4 here in the bottom of the seventh. Runner still on the corners.